So now, after creating variables, we are going to see how to use variables. Now, the first up here is updating. So updating variables are called variables because the values that they store, they can change. We can update status by using this symbol equal to and giving it a new value. So use the equal to status here, equals status equals relaxing at the beach. Now this prints relaxing at the beach. We can update variables as often as we want. Try it yourself. Change the value of status to new data required. So the first command here says that status is incomplete. The second status variable shows the value of complete, and then when we give print status, it would print the new data that we are feeding. New command here is that status variable contains new data required as its value. Now this prints new data required. After the first print command, the second print command contains the value of status, the amended value of status as new data required. We can also give variables the values of other variables. Here we can give the new status variable the value of default option. So new status variable is equals default option. Now the default option is a variable that has already been created. The first command is default option is upload, new status is download, and then new status is equal to default option. So it converts from download, the value download, to upload, and then when we print, we give the print command to the new status variable, it would print something like upload because the value has been interchanged from download to upload in the new status variable. When we update a variable, it forgets its previous value. Here we can just play the status variable twice and see how its value updates. So print and then the status command, because the status variable has already been created, which contains the value playing football. The second status value is walking the dog. Now then when we print the second status command, the second status variable, it gives the following output in the shell, the console. The first print command gives playing football, and the second print command gives the value walking the dog. Which of these lines of code updates the status variable? Status equals equals or status equals? So status equals is what we use for updating a variable. What does this code display in the console? The first command here is watching Netflix. The first status variable contains the value of watching Netflix. Then when we print it, it would give the output in the shell as watching Netflix. Correct. What's wrong with this code? Name variable contains the value Lori, and then name variable contains the value Joe. So what could be wrong in this? The first option is the same value is being stored inside the variable. It's not true. There are different variables, Lori and Joe, different values. So nothing is wrong with this code. What does this code display in the console? Analysis variable contains mean, and the second analysis variable contains median. And then when we print analysis, it gives the output in the shell as median, because the updated value of analysis is median. Change the value in the temperature variable to 100 degrees. So temperature variable has been updated to 100 degrees now. Update the status variable to write in code. So status variable equals write in code value. Write in code. Update the currency variable to dollar. Currency equals euro, and the second currency variable has to be with a dollar value. Change the variable of the status variable to done. So here in double quotes we put done, and then print. Expressions. We can add string values together with a plus sign. So plus, string values have been added. Followers colon 55. We call adding string values an expression. So adding string values is an expression as it creates a single value. One string displays when we add 55 inside print. So 55, there has to be a plus before it, and then 55 in double quotes, and this is the output. When expressions contain variables, they use the values in the variables, which we can see when adding followers in end quote to the variable followers. So followers variable contains the value 55, and then when we print followers end quote and then plus sign and then the variable name, this is the value, this is the output we get. Since expressions become values, we can give them to variables like values. Here where we'll code label to display the expression. Label posts end quote plus 13 end quote. Now print label. That prints, that gives the output posts semicolon posts colon 13. What's the value of label? Label name colon Joe. So this is the value of label. What does this code display in the console? Print John Athan. First option nothing, because there's no print instruction. There is a print instruction. So Jonathan. True. What does this code display in the console? User Snoop Dogg end quote print username end quote plus user variable. So username Snoop Dogg. Add the temperature variable to the expression. Temperature variable equals 14 end quote, print temperature, the variable name, because here we are instructed to add the temperature variable. So temperature variable plus degrees end quote. So 14 space degrees is what the expected output is going to be. So 14 space degrees. Display posts colon 59 in the console. So print opening posts plus 55 and colon. And quote. Display Mrs. Irene in the console. So title, the variable title contains Mrs. and the variable name contains Irene. So title variable plus name variable gives the output Mrs. Irene. Code the string value likes so that the code displays 40 likes. Number of likes variable contains the value 40. Print the name of the variable number of likes plus, so this contains the value of 40. The first part is going to be 40 and then we need to put likes in there. So end quote likes. $40 likes. Numbers. We'll encounter many other kinds of values in Python, like numbers which have no double quotes around them. Active users is equal to 5, just a numerical value. Numbers make it easier to keep track of numeric data. Like here, active users stores the number 5. Active users equals 5. We can create expressions with numbers too. Here we can add numbers together with plus 1. So number of applications 5 plus 1, and then print this variable which contains the value of 5 plus 1, which is 6. We can use asterisk sign to multiply numbers and divide sign to divide, slash / sign to divide numbers. We'll turn 0.5 into its percent value by multiplying it by 100. So percent variable equals 0.5 asterisk 100, and then when we give this command of print and then print what? So percent variable, the output is going to be 0.5 multiplied by 100, the percent value, which is 50. We can use variables with numbers for calculations too. We'll see it in action by adding 1 to number of steps. So number of steps variable contains the value 70, and then we print you're on step end quote, and the second print command, which is number of steps variable plus 1. So the output is going to be the first print command you're on step and colon and end quote, and then the second print command number of steps variable, which is 70 in value, plus 1, that is 7 to 1. Since expressions become values, we can store calculation results in variables. We can store calculation results in variables, like here, where total contains private plus public. Private variable contains 3 as value, public variable contains 10 as its value, and then we say total, because total variable contains the value of the added value of private variable plus the public variable, which you see here, and then we give the print command total posts end quote, and then the second print command, that is total. So this total is going to display the sum of the values in the private variable, which is here, and then the public variable, the sum of the two variables. So the first print command gives total posts, the second print command gives the sum value of private and public. What's the value of speed? Speed is equal to 300 plus 5, 305. Why does this code display 31 instead of 4 in the console? Because these are strings, right? Temperature is 3 end quote plus 1 end quote. Print temperature, because the expression subtracts the number, because 3 and 1 are string values. These are string values. That's why it happens. How do we know that the score variable stores a number? Score equals 40 plus 4. First option, because we can only store strings when we use equal to. Second, because there are no double quotes around 40 and 4. And that's how we know that the variable stores a number. What does this code display in the console? Area equals 3 asterisk 5 end quote, this, and then the print command print the variable area, and this is going to display 3 into 5 because this is a string, not a numeric value. Multiply the savings variable by the interest variable. Savings equals 100, interest equals 0.04. What do we have to do? Multiply the savings variable by the interest variable. So savings variable asterisk interest variable. Divide sum of grades variable by students variable. Sum of grades equals 460, students equals 5. So sum of grades / students. Subtract discount variable from total variable and display the calculation result in the console. Total variable 100, discount variable 20. Print discounted price end quote, and then print total minus discount price 80, correct. Months per year 212. Print and then next is train. How do we update the value of a variable? We can't update the value of a variable by setting the variable to a new value, or we display it in the console first and then we can update it by setting the variable to a new value. Set status to the value busy. print status. How often can we change the value of a variable? Never, only once, as often as we want. What does this code display in the console? Field equals nano end quote plus tech end quote. And the next command, print field, which is nanotech plus space trading end quote. So nanotech space trading. This is going to be displayed. What does this code display in the console? Print hair end quote plus cut end quote. Haircut. Display 99 red balloons. So print then 99 end quote. Update the average rating variable. Average rating is equal to 25 and that average rating equals 5 has been updated. What's the equals sign for? It adds string values together, it divides a number by another number, it gives a value to a variable. What does this code display in the console? Movie Ghostbusters movie 21 space end quote plus jump space end quote plus tree. 21 space jump space tree, because this is going to be printed. Movie updated values being printed in the console. Why does this code display Steve Jobs without a space in the console? Because print never displays spaces, because Steve Jobs adds the values together without a space, or because expressions never have spaces. So print, because Steve end quote plus Jobs end quote adds the values together without a space. That's correct. Store the value of the score variable in the high score variable. So score equals 185, high score equals score. Print high score 185. What does this code display in the console? Average grade B end quote, average grade equals A end quote, average grade equals A plus end quote. Print average grade A plus. What does this code display in the console? Average grade B end quote, average grade A end quote, subject programming, print average grade A minus. What's wrong with this code? Today equals Sunday end quote, today equals Monday, print today. First option that could be wrong is the variable Monday hasn't been created. Second, there's no variable named Sunday. Third, we can't store a variable in a variable. We can. There's nothing wrong with this code. Something is wrong, because Monday variable, the variable Monday hasn't been created. What is this display in the console? Bill equals 30, split bill equals bill /2, print split bill 15, because / divides. Create a variable message that stores the result of combining notification and kind. So notification is a variable, kind is a variable. We have to create a new variable named message that combines notification and kind. There is no space between notification and the addition sign. That's correct. Save the result of an expression, adding the variable feedback and tickets booked in the variable response. So there is a response. This is the feedback variable. Adding the feedback. So first comes feedback, and then comes tickets booked, end quote. And then print response, success, tickets booked, the value. Fill the gaps so that Louis covers today's shift. Barista equals Brandon, end quote. Barista equals Louis, end quote. So the final updated value of barista is Louis. And then when we print this following with this following command, today's shift plus barista, it shows the updated value with Louis as the updated value. What does this code display in the console? Plans, cinema, end quote. Plans, picnic, end quote. Updated value of the variable plans, and then the print command, Saturday, colon, space, end quote, plus plans. So Saturday, picnic, Saturday, plans, Saturday, cinema, Saturday, picnic. Correct. What is this display in the console? Tries left, 4. Tries left, numerical value, 4. Print, tries left, numerical value because it's the updated value. What's wrong with this code? Update, version, end quote, 6.2, end quote. 6.2 is not a string. Second, the plus sign of the expression is missing. Third, there is nothing wrong with this code. And fourth, update is not a valid variable name. That's not right. But the plus sign in the expression is missing. That's right. Use a variable to update button label variable so that the code displays go in the console. Start variable, go, end quote. Stop variable, stop. Button label equals start label variable. And then print button label shows the value of the start label, which is go, in the console. What kind of value does the total variable store? Total equals 3 plus 5, print total, and then print the total variable. So total variable contains 3 plus 5, which is a number or numeric value. Update the language variable to Spanish. So language equals Spanish, end quote. Print chosen language plus language, which has been updated to the value Spanish. Code a number expression that results in 5. Value 1, 7. Value 2, 3. Average equals 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. So value 1 plus value 2 /2, print average, gives the value 5. 7 plus 3 upon 2 equals 5.